Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to SP Vids for another video. If it's your first time, thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please hit that subscribe button if you like lo-fi and SP related content, because there's loads of it. Quick announcement before I start, thank you so much for 5k subs. I was really chuffed about that, guys, so massive thank you to you all that have subscribed. For those that you aren't, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out at this point. I'm trying to grow the channel in my spare time outside of work, so all I ask is that you hit that red button and be a subscriber, and it helps me out. But yeah, I was hoping to hit 5k before Christmas, and the fact I've done it with a couple of weeks to spare is really cool, so huge thank you. And just another quick thing as well, I did a little poll on my community tab about the sort of content that I want to do next year, so thanks to everyone that voted in that and gave me some really good ideas in the comments below as well. So I'll be doing an announcement about the content, how that's going to work for 2020. I'll do that in January, so stay tuned for that one. Okay, so that's those little announcements out of the way, so let's get on with this content of exploring the SP202, which is the first in the series of the samplers, and honestly, I think if you open this thing up, it would be like 90% concrete and then a little bit of circuitry in there, because this thing sounds gritty, and that is not an exaggeration. I haven't really used this that much so far, and I was a bit disappointed in myself for that because I've had it for quite a while, so I've forced myself to use it for my latest EP. If you want to find out how I did do that, you can check out the video, I'll link to it in the top right. But basically, sampling into here, using the effects of this, and then recording that into my SP404SX so I could compose the beats. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you today, just how you can put a sample into this and then alter it with the built-in effects, and importantly as well, the different sample rates you can choose, which are here. There's hi-fi standard, lo-fi 1, lo-fi 2. Lo-fi 2 is crazy, it's almost unusable to be honest, but hi-fi standard and sometimes lo-fi 1 work really nicely, so I'm going to show you how they work now anyway. Okay, so I've got nothing in the box at the moment, and I do want to point out that I don't own a memory card for this because they're really expensive. I'm talking about 100 quid for a memory card for one of these things, just because they're so rare these days. So I'm only using the internal memory, and you get about 15 to 18 seconds, I think, on hi-fi. The lower quality you record in, the more time you're going to get, basically. And mono and stereo as well. Mono is going to be a lot less intensive on the memory, and stereo is going to take up more space, obviously. So it is a bit of a mental battle. There is a reason this one's called the poor man's SP1200, because you get similar kind of sounds, but again, you're very limited the same way as you are with the SP1200. There's very limited sample time on this thing, and that's kind of cool in a way, because it's nice to have limitations sometimes. But the main thing about this is the effects, really, so I'll talk you through those as soon as I get this sample into the box, which is going to be right now. Okay, so that was recorded hi-fi and mono. I'm going to take the pitch off for now. So that's fairly kind of, it sounds a lot like the original recording, but at the same time you are hearing a bit of hum and a bit of little hiss that the box is already putting on there for you, which is really nice. It's adding a little bit of character for you. Now let me just show you this pitch, because this is insane basically. Let's hit the pitch button and apply it to this, and this just gives you so much room with the sample to play with. This is one of the best things about this box, is the fact that you can just re-pitch, and it really holds on to the quality. I mean, that just sounds really good already, but you can also go the other way as well. So you can see that it does alter the time of the sample. So if you're down pitching, it will make the sample slower. If you're up pitching, it does speed the sample up as well. But to be honest, I quite like that, because it gives you a little bit of flexibility, especially when you're making an EP, that you need that variety of tempos, and this can give you some inspiration to make, maybe you hear the sample, you're thinking of the tempo you want to use, you down pitch it, it comes in a lot slower, and next thing you're thinking, wow, I could do a really nice down tempo beat with the sample now instead of the faster one which I was thinking of. So that is one of the most amazing features about this box, is the fact that you can just pitch samples like that so easily. And you've also got other effects to disposal as well. Yeah, that's the right word, isn't it? Filter 1. These are high pass and low pass filters, I think. And you can use these in combination with the pitch as well, which is also crazy. Just those little crackles that you get on the sample is so nice with this box. Filter 2. Ring mod, I don't really like that much, as you can see. Not the nicest sounding thing. Delay. Could be useful, I've not used that myself. And time, I think you can also time stretch the sample as well using that, but to be honest, you're not going to be using much apart from the pitch if you've got one of these boxes. So that was in hi-fi and mono, so I'm going to delete that now, and I'll record a little sample from the same song, but I'll use some different sample rates. So let's go for stereo on this one. Sorry, I can't see the lighting very well here, so you hit record first, stereo, and I'm just going to record in standard for this one. Hear the ring on that now? So as you can see, it really is amazing for this, the different sample rates, making the samples have this real nice 202 quality to them. When you're going into a slightly newer version of this, say the 404SX or the A, you can add a little bit of compression and it really brings up that sound and makes it sound really lo-fi and crunchy. But then we can combine this with the pitch still as well. So that's a really cool rhythm for a lo-fi beat. It's actually a really nice sample, to be honest. I might mess around with this some other time, but I think that's essentially it. I'll show you Lo-Fi 1 as well. Lo-Fi 1 and Lo-Fi 2 are a lot better for drum sounds because it kind of crunches your samples too much and you end up with no kind of depth to the sample at all. There's no bass. It removes a lot of the bass, so that can be a bit of an issue. I'll show you anyway. So let's hit record again, and I just need to see the lights again, so sorry about my hand. Okay, so that's Lo-Fi 1 and that's stereo. Okay, as you can hear, that's really crunching the sound up now. And we want it on gate, and we don't want it to loop. See what I mean? You kind of lose the bassiness. There you go, you can compensate a bit with the pitch. But you can go really mad with that pitch as well, to be honest, just going back to that, because if you were recording out, you could just mess around with it on the fly. Okay, so you probably want to hear how this can work with the drum sounds as well, so what I'm going to do now is use a couple of samples from my Lo-Fi Drum Pack Volume 2, and I'll just get a snare and a bass drum in there, and I can show you how crunching them down with 1 and 2, Lo-Fi 1, Lo-Fi 2, can really add some nice texture. So okay, so I hope you got a chance to hear what the original sounded like quickly then, and now obviously you've got it in here with the pitch. You can really mess with the sounds. And I think we need this as gate. This is the original sound for that. And this is the new one. So that's just such a nice dirty texture that it's put on that snare, and we'll just quickly do a bass drum as well. So let's get another sound in from Lo-Fi Drums Volume 2. I'm going to use a bass drum here, and oh sorry, I nearly didn't add any of the 202 spice on it. So mono again, and we'll go for Lo-Fi 1 again on this one. Okay, so this is the original. Pretty nice hard hitting bass drum sound there, and let's see what this is made of it. Again, that's on trigger. Bit of a gap at the start there, let me just use the mark button. And then of course you can use the other filters as well. Okay, so I think that's everything I wanted to show you on this box, but it's basically, the reason I've come to love this one is obviously just everything I've just showed you really. The pitch shifting is really nice, even though it does mess up the time of the sample, but in a way I actually think that's quite good because it gives you different inspiration for different beats at different tempos, which is really nice. And then as I've showed you there, the drum sounds, it just transforms them and makes them sound so damn gritty. That snare, and that's got real punch on that kick as well. So yeah, I'm not making beats on this box, I'm using this for its effects and the pitch shift, and then I'm getting those sounds and recording them out into the SX, which is a lot quicker and better for putting beats together as well, because it's got the pattern maker and it's got the resample and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. That's, I think, pretty much enough to be going on with for the 202, showing you how this can really like spice up some sounds and add real character to them that are ready to use either in your SP, or you can even just transfer that straight into your DAW through an audio interface. So it's nice to do some processing on your samples before they go into the DAW or before they go into whatever device you want to use, maybe hardware. So yeah, if you're not subscribed already, guys, it would be really appreciated if you could hit that red button. Please follow me. I'm going to be doing loads of lo-fi content, loads of hardware and software related stuff in the new year, and you never know, there might even be some new gear next year, so we can keep our fingers crossed. There is some perks of working full time that I can actually get myself some new gear. So thank you to everyone that's watched. Please hit the thumbs up if you like the content. If you've got any further questions, just leave a comment below and I'll be very happy to answer them for you. I know this is a bit of a mysterious little box, there's not much information about it, so any questions that you do have, I'll try and answer them for you. I'm still trying to figure it out myself as well at the moment, really, so it's interesting to do videos about it and try and work out what's going on inside underneath this plastic. So thank you very much again for watching, and keep making beats, and I will see you again very soon. Peace!